But what I've also realized, Nthabi, is that sometimes no matter how much you advise somebody, when a person has made up their mind, they've made up their mind. And there is no one as dangerous as a teenager who has made up their mind.
There is room to improve, ability to change, and capacity to grow. This is a quote by Phindile. About Phindile. Phindile Innocentia Mazindo is married to Letlhahonolo Mazindo and is a mother of two beautiful kids. She's the founder and co-pastor of Cathedral of Restoration, an outreach ministry that serves to restore God's people holistically and nationally. She holds an industrial management diploma, and of course, she later obtained her bachelor's degree in leadership and management. She is currently pursuing her BCom in business management. Yes, girl. She is a certified life coach and an NLP practitioner. She is an accredited ETDP facilitator. So she worked for a German Chamber of Commerce for 7 years as a project manager. She is currently the MD of Empower Mass Development. She also runs marriage programs with her husband with the brand title Together Till the End. Oh, wow, this is beautiful. She is an inspirational speaker and speaks in various conferences, crusades, revival meetings countrywide. She is a radio content contributor and she has been called to radio stations such as SAFM, Radio 2000, Radio Pulpit, Massive Metro, The Rock FM, Alex FM, Hope FM, Joyous FM, and I bet there's actually more. She is a trained radio and TV presenter and has MC'd events such as the I Do Awards. Yes, girl. She is the founder and pioneer of Trap Wives program. She has been in ministry since her early childhood and she has been serving God passionately ever since then. Okay, that's too much. Let's welcome our guest.
Allow you to introduce yourself.
Good evening, everybody. I'm so grateful to be on this platform. Good evening to the Real family. It's so wonderful to be on this side of the screen and to be able to chat and to talk to you guys. Thank you so much to Nthabi for having me on this platform. Before I can even introduce myself, I just want to say that she's been an incredible person. She's been so incredible in my journey of just joining the social media scenery. And, I'm just so grateful for her. So as you've heard with the introduction, I'm Phindile Innocentia Mazindo, and I am married to Letlhahonolo Mazindo, a mother of two beautiful girls. I am a certified life coach and NLP practitioner. I'm also an accredited facilitator, and I'm a professional speaker. And, I've just got passion for people. I'm also a minister. And I just believe that I've just been brought on this earth to, bring restoration to people's lives and also to be able to help people improve, change, and grow in various aspects of their lives. I really believe that we have been given great potential and we have to maximize ourselves, to that potential. And I feel like, sometimes we need somebody that can help us walk the journey and hold our hand. So that's just me in a nutshell. And I'm glad to be on this platform with you guys.
Woman, you are a powerhouse. Like, I don't know how, like, you know what? If I'm going to start and talk about this, we're going to forget why we're here. We're going to forget why we're here because Phindi is just an inspiration. And if I can share a little bit, there's just so much that I can relate to, every time I would engage with Phindi or even watch her videos and everything. By the way, she's an amazing YouTuber and I'm encouraging you to subscribe to her channel. Listen, if it means you pause a little bit now or you open another tab on your phone, on your laptop, please do it, subscribe, because I don't want you to forget. The wisdom that you're going to get from her content is just on another level. And, having said that, Phindi, I'm going to request that you firstly break the ice, telling us more about your quote. Every time when you do a video, at the end, you tell us something. I want to hide myself, and then please briefly explain to us what that means so that someone who is probably wondering what that really means can, get an idea. All right.
Thank you for that. As mentioned, that I just believe that I have a purpose in life, and my purpose in life is linked to people. So if I don't assist people, if I'm not there for people, if I'm not there to maximize people's potential, then my journey on this earth is quite void. My journey on this earth actually doesn't have meaning, and so. I believe that people, as human beings, that we are incredible. We're not like animals, right? Animals are creatures that live on instinct. An animal on instinct knows that this is a season to mate, and then this is how I hunt, and this is how I catch prey. Everything is just on instinct. So a lion can't just intelligently think anything otherwise outside of its makeup as a lion. So it does what it knows, and it knows by instinct. But we are different as human beings. We have this incredible power in us. We've got such incredible innate strength to do things, and to think certain ways. We can live our lives for 10 years this way and decide to change and take a completely different path to another 5 years of a different life. And so we have that in us. And I believe that because we have it in us, sometimes it's hidden, sometimes we're not aware of it, sometimes we doubt ourselves, sometimes we feel inadequate. So I feel like my purpose in life is to come up to people's lives, come up into people's situations and areas, and just to say to you, there is room to improve, ability to change, and capacity to grow. You've got capacity, you've got room, right? You've got the ability. You just need to know that it is there. There is that ability to change. There is that room to improve. There is that capacity to grow. And so what I want to always do when I come into a person's life is to stretch them to the ultimate, to stretch them out of their comfort zone into something great, and to improve, change, and grow. We are human beings. We have to constantly be in a desire and a need to change, a desire and a need to improve, a desire and a need to grow in all aspects of our lives. You can't remain at a plateau in your life all the time. You can't remain and be flat. There has to be some kind of growth. There has to be some kind of inclination in what you do. There has to be some kind of increase, right? You should be a person that moves from strength to strength. And so that's what I believe in, and that's what I believe that I've come on earth to do, and that is to help people to improve, to change, and to grow.
What is mental health? Before we get into the pregnancy issue, what is mental health? What causes mental health? What do you know about mental health?
It's quite a pity that mental health, first of all, is an underrated topic. And I think that in our society, people are quite clueless about what mental health is, what mental health illness is, and linking it to things like depression. And oftentimes people would really exaggerate the matter and use a lot of words to describe what they don't even understand. Others will call it, craziness, madness, and it's a whole range of stuff that people talk about. But in simple terms, mental health is your state of being emotionally and psychologically. It's just your state of being, how you are, how you're feeling, what's going on in you psychologically, emotionally, mentally. It's just your state of being. Then we have what we call mental health illnesses. And mental health illnesses is basically a result of, the condition that is taking place, or the condition that is happening to you psychologically. We call those mental illnesses. And so people tend to misuse these two words and, use them interchangeably. So when we talk of mental health, we're just saying your state of being mentally, like, how are you? How are you feeling? How are you processing things emotionally and stuff like that? That's mental health. And then mental illnesses is the actual condition, of whatever's taking place. Either it may be chemical imbalance or something that you've gone through. Then the mental health illness is a conditional result thereof.
All right. Okay. Wow. I hope you guys are taking notes, somehow getting an idea of what we're talking about, and somehow thinking of, what might be happening in your life, and somehow relate it and see if you need help. By the way, Phindile is one of those people that can actually help you if maybe you're going through something like this. Now, yesterday, Phindile, was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? Tuesday.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No, on Tuesday. No, what am I saying? It's Thursday today. On Tuesday, we had a conversation and we were talking about what teenagers go through when they go through a process of termination and everything. And I mean, I can imagine that, termination of pregnancy, it's something that is allowed in this world or in the law. The law agrees with that. But some of us, like myself, I'm a Christian, I don't agree with that. But I don't want us to get into the Christianity way of things. Let's just be generic as possible. But all I want to say is that there's something that these young people go through, whatever process, even that one who has a child who is a mother mothering a child, whether they are rich at home, they have everything they want, there's something that affects them. And I'm wondering, how do you help someone who experiences such a traumatic experience? Maybe for some it's a shocking experience. How do we go about it? Because I feel like there are those that are not even talking at this very moment. Someone might be watching, but
Mm,
they're not thinking about what they're going through. And we
mm,
wish to reach out to them, or we wish for them to be better and healed, not to necessarily tell the world their story, but we need them to be okay. How do you
mm.
go about it? Like, how?
Yeah. So I mean, a lot is happening in our lives. I think worldwide, I think the entire globe is just experiencing a very dark and negative cloud over ourselves. And at this current moment, there's nowhere to run to. You can't say, okay, but I'm done in South Africa. This situation is bad. Let me go to another country. I think everything just in general is just in a bad state. And, it's that on top of suffering certain things as an individual as well. Hence, we're talking about mental health. I think the topic on teenage pregnancy, it's rather a painful and a sad one, and there's so many implications to the topic itself. I mean, there's a lot that we can discuss on, why the kids are getting pregnant, why what is happening. There's a lot of issues that have to be addressed. Some of them can be addressed at school level, some of them can be addressed by government organizations, but some of them have to be addressed by parents as well. I feel like there is a lot of work that has to be done in that regard. And I feel like that we should be running more programs for these kids, so that we're able to put them in a better understanding about what life is and how life will be. But what I've also realized, Nthabi, is that sometimes no matter how much you advise somebody, when a person has made up their mind, they've made up their mind. And there's no one as dangerous as a teenager who has made up their mind. Those people, those human beings know how to make up their mind. And so they think they know. So no matter how much you're going to educate them, no matter how much you're going to make them aware, they'll always allow their emotions and their feelings to override what is actually the truth and what is actually, reality as well. And so it becomes difficult to try and advise somebody that already thinks that they know what they want, and they think that they know how they will deal with life. It becomes a rather difficult situation.
That to young people, it's pointless for you to live your life for other people. It's pointless for you to live your life to prove a point. It's pointless for you to go to nightclubs and whatever and do all these things and drink like I don't know what, and say that you are the coolest, you can drink more than someone else, or whatever the case may be, and end up being in a position that you never wish to see yourself in. I'm not judging you. I'm not trying to put blame on the things that could happen to you. But all I'm saying is that guard yourself. Live a godly life. I'm sorry I'm going to put God, but live a godly life, because you need to really master and understand that the mindset, the body, and the soul. This is very important. Your body, your mind, the physical, and listen, emotional, everything, it's so, so important. You need to protect it with all that you have. Yeah. Yeah, no.
No, so true. So I think that we need to be aware, and this is not just to teenagers alone, because I think we've got a lot of people that are on our platforms that are not teenagers right now. Every decision that you make will have one or the other consequence. And I think that is the biggest lessons that we can teach the young people, and even redirect it to ourselves. every decision has a form of input in your life, and there will be a form of output as well. It's just the simple concept of you will reap what you sow. It's that simple, right? And so I think that we need to focus on what bricks are we laying on what foundation do we have, first of all? Because I think the concern and the cry that we have when it comes to teenagers, we are basically saying to them, you are actually setting a bad foundation for your life, and I can tell you now that a foundation of your life does not start when you are a young adult and you're 21 and 22 and now you live at res. No, it's not like that. In your teenage years, that's already a foundation. And you're already, even though you are a minor and it's depicted that you can't make decisions on your own, at the end of the day, you still have that mental capacity of knowing between wrong and right as well. And so I think that we should bring them to an awareness that you are actually building your foundation. You're establishing and developing, you're establishing your foundation. And every brick that you lay, every decision that you make is it's part of this building that you have, right? And if you put a foundation and you don't put enough concrete, or you put a foundation and there's not enough cement, you will build. You definitely will put another brick. And you might put a brick that is half done and didn't go through heat and stuff like that. It will form the structure. But we'll then see it when a storm arises. We'll then see it in a couple of years. We'll then see it when engineers come and have to assess and stuff like that, or somebody comes and tries to renovate the building. We will see that there was something with the foundation because it's going to come crumbling down. And so we need to make them aware that you are laying a brick, you are laying a foundation. Are you aware of what you are doing? Because at the end of the day, to me, it's like, yes, we see that you are drinking. And at the end of the day, you can shout and scream at your parents and continue to drink. But do you know what you're setting up yourself for? There's a possibility that you can become an alcoholic. There's a possibility that you can even get involved in drugs. And drugs means that you are addicted. Addiction means that you can't come out of it. And it means that you have to feed the addiction. Feeding the addiction means that because you don't have money, you might end up doing things like, you might end up finding yourself in criminal activities just for you to have money. So we have to show them that one decision that they make can trickle down negatively. Like, it can be detrimental in just months to come, in just days to come, in just years to come. And so I think that's the missing link when it comes to teenagers. They aren't aware that whatever decision they make now has a detrimental effect in the near future or in the far future. And I think if we can just concentrate on showing them a picture, showing them a timeline to say this decision could, I'm reminded when I was in high school, I was in grade 10, I was actually elected as the school president. And because I was a school president, there were some functions that I had to sort of carry out, or roles. I remember there was a girl at the time I was in grade 10. I think this girl was in grade 9 or grade 8. So she was about 2 or 1 years younger than me. And she died, and it was her memorial. So as the school president, as part of the, what is it? LRC, Leonard Christian.
Yeah, LRC, yeah.
LRC. I was part of the LLC. I was school president. I was also part of the government body, obviously. I had to say something on behalf of the students. And I can't remember. SRC, Student Representative Council. Sorry. It's years. It's been years.
We're exposing our age now.
Yeah, exactly. And I had to say a speech. I mean, this girl died. Now it's not her death. It's not the fact that she died that's a problem. It's how she died that blew me off. This child was killed, Nthabi, by a boyfriend because she had told him that I no longer want you. So she dumped him, and he was maybe 10, I don't know, maybe he was like 21 or whatever. So the kid was around 14 or 15. This is a grade 9 student, died, killed by a boyfriend. And so because she had dumped him, he kept forcing her to take him back. And this kid did not want to, until the one time, because I think the father worked far away from home, so she lived alone or with the brother, something like that. But there was just a story around there. So on this particular day, uniform was on, she was ready to go to school, and she wanted to quickly go to the spaza shop, to the local shop, to get some bread to quickly eat. When she got back, the boyfriend was at the door and pushed her in. They had a fight, and I think it's because she probably denied him the more, and he killed her and chopped her up. I was 16.
Are you aware that the story that you're talking about, it repeated itself recently? Well, now the difference is that it's older people It's not necessarily teenagers. But are you
Yeah.
aware that you're
That I mean gender-based violence, unfortunately, that it's on a high in our country. I mean, there was a video that was circulating of a content creator that sort of gave the top 10 dangerous countries to be in when you're female,
I
and it's
saw that
unfortunate
on
that in South
TikTok.
Africa
South
we are
Africa
number
is
one.
number. Hmm.
Yeah, and the fact that I think a few years ago we were the most, Johannesburg was deemed the most dangerous city in the world, more dangerous than Bangkok and what's that place in Brazil? I forgot what that place is now. But we were deemed the most dangerous, you know. And gender-based violence is on the rise, you know. It's been happening for years, unfortunately, and so I couldn't digest a child younger than myself, yet I was still a minor at 16, was killed by a boyfriend. I couldn't even picture it, you know, like this little child dying in the arms of a boyfriend, you know. I had to say a speech in Nthabi. I had to come amongst 1,000+ students and teachers, and I had to say something regarding the situation as a leader, as a school president, and at the memorial service, to also sort of like, bring condolences to the school. I got there and I said, we are responsible for every decision that we make. And I was a kid, and I say, let this be a lesson to us that as young as we are, whatever decision that we are going to make, it's going to have some kind of an effect in our life. And I said, this girl died and was killed by a boyfriend. The event that took place now is not a result of now. It was a result of a decision she made a few months ago, or a decision that she made a year ago to say, yes, you can be my boyfriend. That slight statement that said, yes, you can be my boyfriend, or whether she kissed him back or whatever, however she formalized the relationship, that one decision led her to a death. And I said to them, you are making decisions constantly when you wake up, when you brush your teeth, whatever decision you make from today, from this story, is going to have an effect upon your life. And I was in a rural area, you know. At that time, my mother had lost her job, so I moved from a multiracial school. I was in a rural school, like pit toilets, like the whole shebang, you know. And these people are demotivated, these kids. And I said to them, there is no amount of poverty that should lead you to make a decision to fall in the arms of a man who's a taxi driver, or whether they own anything just so that they can give you money to get through school. It's not worth it. And I said, this girl died because of a decision. And so I feel like that is the information, or rather that is the lesson we have to reiterate to teenagers, to say, it takes one decision to destroy your entire life. It takes one decision that can near your death. And I said to them, do you guys realize that had that girl not said yes to that relationship 10 months ago or 2 years ago, she would actually be still alive? We are not saying she died because she had cancer. We're not saying she died because she fell in a pit. We're not saying that she died because she was in a car accident. We're saying a boyfriend, somebody that she said yes to, killed her. And so had she said no on that particular day, we are confident enough to say, this girl will be alive. What decision will you make? And I walked off. There is a famous, I don't know if it's Chinese or it's just, I'm not sure the real source, but it says, you cannot prevent the birds of sorrow from flying over your head, but you can certainly prevent them from building a nest. They're inevitable part of life. If you're sitting and you're just minding your own business and the bird of sorrow comes flying over your head, that is not your problem. You didn't invite it. Even if you did invite it, but it came over. So you didn't know there was a bird of sorrow. You just called the bird and it came, and unfortunately it's a bird of sorrow. So you invited it, you didn't invite it, it's over your head. You have got no control over that. You can't prevent that, but you can prevent it from building a nest. In other words, you can prevent that bed of sorrow sitting on your head, right? And so when you decide to reject the bird of sorrow, when it starts to build a nest over your head, you've got the power to destroy that nest so that it does not rest upon you. So what I've realized is that we drown in a situation where once a bird of sorrow flies over us and it builds a nest, we actually help the nest. Oh, bird, is this fine? Can I put that twig there? Is that we start helping that bird build that nest over us and drown us, right? And so it shouldn't be like that. Even when it comes to mental health and mental health conditions, even though you have depression, you have been diagnosed, it doesn't mean that you have to die. right? It doesn't mean you have to die. You can still get help. You can still get medication, diagnosis. There's always help available, right? Whether you're a kid, you're a teenager, you're having marital problems, you're having financial problems. I mean, even if your business is going to liquidation, there are business rescue plans. Banks offer that. You can get other investors. You shouldn't let the nest fall on your head such that it accommodates a conducive environment for the bird. When you get rid of that nest, you are going to automatically, by default, get rid of the bird from staying and hoovering over you and condemning your life. So you have the power to say, it's come, but now it's got to go. I am taking a new leaf. I'm turning away, and it's a different. Laquita's here. I'm going to keep quiet now.
No, finish up. Finish up. I'm sure she'll be like, no, finish up, Phindi.
She's the amen corner. I will never forget that day. That was the best YouTube video live I've ever been in my life.
Which one?
Oh my
Which
goodness.
one?
The amen corner. Oh my goodness, that
Yeah,
day
no,
you woke
that
up.
was a
Laquita, it's good to see you. Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Hello everyone. How are
Hello,
you?
dear. Good to see you. Thank you for joining.
Yes. So good to be here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Yes.
perfect.
All right, good.
I love your
Amen.
makeup, by the way. Sorry, I love your makeup. You look cute.
She's
I
gorgeous.
see.
Oh, thank you. It's mainly lipstick, and I have to put on a cover because yeah, foundation is my friend. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Yes. So, thank you for having me on. I just want to pop in for a moment because I love Phindile. Like she said, I'm the amen corner. Everything Phindile says, I agree with. And if she's going to make trouble, I'm there to make trouble.
Yeah, the squad is not like the squad is here, but some are not here. And yeah, we're all together here. But it's a good thing because Pindy's here with me, so they won't have a chance to do all the. But anyway,
I
never mind
know.
that.
It's tough, right? So we won't
But I love you
misbehave.
guys anyway.
Right. So what I really love about what you're saying, Pindile, is just how you're addressing it from all sides. I really love that you're saying, okay, the adults, we have to be responsible, we have to take accountability. But even as teenagers, at that age, you're old enough to take responsibility. So we have to put it
Right.
on you, whether it's the boy, the girl, both of you. Like you're saying, the parents, they're going to love you, they're going to be there, they will be responsible. But with all of this, we just have to take responsibility, be accountable for the information we're giving them. And you're just spot on with everything. I love it. I'm just here to echo and sing your praises, so thank you.
Thank you, Laquita. I love you so much.
Thank you so much. We love you so much. Much love. We should actually have her on the show soon as well. What do you
I
think,
think
Pindy?
I think the three of us. What is that, Laquita? What's that American show? I know it is in South Africa as well. It's usually 5 of them. I know that. What's
The
the
Is it
view,
the
man's
real?
The Real? Is it the
the,
Real?
the
Yes, it's
real
the
or
Real.
the view, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's the real.
The real,
I
okay.
think so.
I think it's the Real. So it's
There's
got
the real, there's the talk. So there's most of them, it's actually a group of 5. So one of those.
Yeah,
So I
because
think one of them is Adrian. Adrian is in that show. Adrian,
The twin.
she's not a twin,
Is,
but they're real.
is,
So I feel like we should do something like that
okay, I'm not.
once, just the 3 of us like this. I'm telling you, we are a great panel.
yeah, do
We'll
it.
take the
I've
whole
noted
world
it down.
by storm.
I've
Yes.
noted it down. It's happening soon.
I love it. I love it. Well, this is,
Thank you so much. Thank you
yes.
so much. Akira. We appreciate you.
Thank you for
You're
having me on. And, I'll keep watching. I'm going to chime in. We're going to go driving a little bit. We have a few errands to run, but yes,
All right.
I'll be here listening in, chiming in. I know
Yeah.
you're wrapping it up, so I'll be here until the end.
Much
Oh,
appreciated. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies. Thank
We
you.
love you. So, Pindi, let me not keep you. Thank you so much. You have, beautiful daughters that probably wondering, where's mama? I want mama right now. You know what? And you're probably feeling like, no, you need to be with them. But I appreciate you. And thank you for being a blessing. And may God continue to add more and more, like grace. Listen, grace to you, grace to your family. And yeah, Until the next time. Yeah.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. You're a blessing. Don't worry. I've got my own social media platforms where I'll do the bringing about you. Give me time. Don't worry. But you've played a very significant role in my life as a content creator. When I stepped onto the YouTube platform, I literally landed on your hands. Literally. I knew that. I mean, I've been on social media for years. I've been watching people for years before I actually started my YouTube channel. But even though I knew the perks and the ins and the outs and whatever, but when I landed there as a creator, you literally held me like this. And you will never know how much you've done, but you'll know. You will know. I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much.